Good day, folks. This is Greg Judy at Green Pastures Farm here in central Missouri. Oh gosh, I gotta look at it's crazy to lose track of days. It is the 12th, November 12th. And anyway, we got a pretty major project going here. We were able to hook on to a line over here on the big farm that we bought, and we're running an additional about 3,000 feet of water line. And these are 20-foot slip sections, PVC. You know, some people use polyethylene, and I've used polyethylene. The fittings are not a little bit, they're probably about 10 times more expensive than this fitting right here. So this is what we're doing. Well, here's one's already put together. So you got a Schedule 80 fitting right here that is got the Teflon paste and tape both on both of those fittings. This is our plastic quick coupler. I love these darn things. You know, it's 15 bucks for a water point. Now that's $15 just for that fitting. That tee's probably $3 for total there. You're probably looking at, you know, 20 bucks. And then you got to put a well around it. This is 6-inch PVC pipe. They call it sewer pipe. And the reason I'm using that, I can put a 6-inch cap on it. And then the big one here is we're going to use a 3-foot section of that for a frost-free tank, a winter tank. So Sasha's digging down here. He's going down a really steep hill right now, and I didn't want to interrupt him. But we've got a 1 foot wide. You can see everybody says, "Oh, Greg, you got good soil." Well, some parts of our farms we do, but right here we've got about, if I had the tape measure, I could measure it. There's about 4 to 5 inches there. Pretty darn good soil. You know, you wouldn't want to plant soybeans and corn in this because it's yellow clay there. But the top 4 or 5 inches, it's got pretty good color to it. Good grazing land this here is. Anyway, it's pretty cool what we're getting ready to do. We're putting frost-free tanks on these big ridges, quick couplers about every 500 feet, because they just don't cost hardly anything to put in. I've got an open trench. Folks, it's that simple. Don't make it any more complicated than it is. You got to use primer. This is my primer, the purple. This is my weld on, my glue. There it is. Always put the P70 primer on. And I don't primer my fitting here until I'm ready to glue it. Okay, that one got primer because it's already glued on. This is going to be for my stop waste valve. Okay, now we're getting a little complicated, and I'm probably going to confuse some of you all. But I got to show you what we're doing. So this comes off of this line right here. Okay, that's the Schedule 80 3/4 reducer. So it's going to come in a T right onto that line I'm pointing at. And here's my Schedule 80 3/4 PVC pipe. So this little booger goes in. It's glued to this. This is the main line. And this comes out, it's on right now. The arrow's pointing on. Folks, this is a stop waste valve. Never, ever, ever, ever put a stop waste valve on. The water's coming this way, right? Don't put them on this way. I did that once. I was working with my coon light at night, probably midnight, and I did not see that arrow. Oh, now, I don't even want to go there, but 8 hours later and a whole evening of digging, I had it fixed. Always put it the direction of your flow. So the reason I'm saying that is, I can't turn that by hand, by the way. That's a brass fitting. You got to have a keyway to turn that. When I turn that off, this is going to my frost-free tank right here. The water in the frost-free tank, the line drains. When you shut this off, guess what? It drains out that little hole. It works just like a frost-free hydrant. By the way, I've got one of those put in now. Right up there by our handling facility. I put in a brand new hydrant right up there on that corner. I put on a 2-inch brass valve, shutoff valve, where I hooked onto the main line, just in case anything down through here would ever break or I'd have a leak. I can go up there and shut that valve off, and I can still have water on the rest of my farm. So just a little insurance. I'm giving you my advice. I would advise putting a shutoff on it. That's gonna make mine. So I got 1, 2. Brian, the previous landowner, he had one on here, over here in this far pasture. So I've got 2 now. It's kind of handy to have. You know, if you get a leak, you can go up and shut that booger off. You don't have to go clear back to the meter. And you can still water your cattle with everything that away. Let's say it's leaking toward me. I can go up and shut that valve off, and I can water cattle on that end of the farm until I get this fixed. But here's the deal. Put it in right, and you won't be fixing anything. I put in 8,000 feet of this on Judy Farms back in 1998. I've never touched it. I've never touched it since. And I put in around 20 of these. Folks, these just don't, they don't fail. This is a Plasson. It's called Plasson. P-L-A-S-S-O-N. I get these from Timeless Fence, and they work really good. You depress that spring in there with the male, and you got water. Like something like that. Okay? It's a well-made product. I can't say enough good things about Plasson. But, so, Sasha's gonna come back here in a minute. I didn't want to interrupt him because he's on that steep hill down there. Shine you into the sun. Folks, it was cold out here this morning. I had my long johns on. I had to take them off. It got up to 71 today. Yeah, 71 degrees. Can you believe it? So anyway, he's going to come up here. He's going to take that the track hoe. He's going to set up right here where I got this pipe. Okay. And he's going to put a perpendicular ditch from here, probably 5 foot, 5 to 6 feet over here. That'll allow me to put my T on and get all my stop waste. Put the stop waste valve in. Then I'm going to cut a 3-foot piece of this. So this is 12-inch corrugated culvert, 12-inch, and I cut 3 foot of that. And that goes down in this trench that he's going to dig over here 6 foot. That pipe goes down in the trench, and then my Schedule 80, the 3/4 over there, the little guy, it's going to come through there and come up in the center of this, the big one. That's what your frost-free tank sets on top of on your concrete pad. So you can go back and look what we did over at Anthony and Sean, the Hit Farm. Those are all done. And actually did their farm before I did mine. And now I'm trying to play catch up because it could get cold any minute. This would be awful nice. Oh yeah, here he comes. Tell you what, now Sasha knows how to get things done. He's had a lot of hours on construction equipment, and he knows what he's doing. So he's going to come in right here. I'm going to get out of his way. I'm lining him up this white pipe. Look at this yellow clay out here, guys, girls. Look at it. Right there with that white pipe. Yep, just go that way. About 6 foot. Move my pipe back. Folks, if you had to dig that with a spade and post hole digger, you're looking at 2 or 3 hours. Minimum. It might take you half a day to dig that. Tell you what, now that ground is, look at that. The whole ground is moving. You know, there's just some tools you need for the job, and this is one of them. It's got the 1 foot bucket on it. Tell you what, man, it's moving that whole cab on that Kubota. I think we're going to be able to wrap this up in 3 days. We had a full day yesterday. Sasha and I were actually out here at 4 o'clock in the morning. It was dark. But you know, that's what I like about Sasha, man. I didn't tell him he had to come out here at 4 in the morning. But when he said he's going to be here at 4, you know who else is here at 4? Yours truly. You know, I think that's important. You shouldn't ask people. Oh, I didn't ask him. He just volunteered. That's just Sasha. Can you make it wide enough to get that black pipe in? Save me a little digging.
Where's that pipe going? Right at the base?
Right up there.
Oh, at the base?
Yeah. It's going right here.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, right there. Man, he's saving me so much time. He's just shaving it off a little bit. We sent the boys off to do chores. We'd caught up to Sasha putting all this pipe down. They should be back any minute. We're hoping to get this frost free in before dark. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. I got 4 more couplings and 1 more frost free after this one. And we'll be done. It's gonna be so awesome to have piped water back here. Well, even winter water, you know. It's 20 below zero. You're not out here trying to pull a siphon or chop ice or, you know, it's just. Look at that. Can you get that, Pete? Yeah, he's going to. He's reading my mind. Tell you what, he's good with that darn thing. That's good. I can get that. Yeah. That'll do it. Get that last piece out right there. Fill in. He just pulled out a 100-pound chunk of dirt. Good. Well, I've got it. He's got me. He's got me going. I've already got this pipe laid in. I got a backfill. So what I've got is I got the John Deere tractor with a bucket, and I'm talking to the boys, and there they come. We've got, I don't know if we'll get all this done. We got 45 minutes before it gets dark. So I'm out of here. Y'all have a good one, and I'll show what it looks like when we get it all done. It's coming along. Y'all have a good one.